Intermediate zone. Students in the intermediate zones, levels 4 through 6, represent a significant portion of the skiing population. They have a good handle on many of the sport's fundamentals, and they're in a prime position to refine their present skills while adding new ones so they can confidently explore more of the mountain. As their instructor, you can help them move past performance plateaus or simply enjoy skiing more fully. Teacher Coach Checklist. Check student motivations. Because intermediate skiers may have many reasons for skiing and participating in a lesson, they may be content to have reached their current level of proficiency and just join lessons for the camaraderie of other students. They might simply enjoy skiing and being outside, or they may want to improve in order to enjoy more of the mountain. For those wanting to refine their skills or progress to a more advanced level, it is important to explore the movements that will lead to accomplishing their goals. Consider the Fitz and Posner model, 3 learning phases, and the learning principles while creating your lesson plan. See page 22. Tactics and motivations blends to develop. Feet, legs, and hips move diagonally forward and laterally to release and engage the edges. Skis tip earlier as turns become more dynamic. The inside initiating leg tips laterally to aid outside leg tipping. Legs turn more than the upper body, i.e. the upper body is stable. Legs turn in opposition to the upper body, actively developing alignment over the base of support. The body inclines enough to involve the large muscle groups in engaging the edges. By adjusting relative leg length versus tipping the upper body into the turn, it feels like the skeleton is aligned and efficiently involving in turning. Ankles, knees, hips, and spine flex and extend to maneuver pressure, whether actively, skier-induced, or passively, terrain turn or gravity-induced. Intermediate zone objectives. Level 4, mastering green terrain. Objectives. Develop and refine the ability to control the skis by turning the feet and the legs. Develop edge control through edge engagement and release in a traverse. Experiment with turn shape by turning the legs at different rates. Adjust turn shape and size as terrain and situation changes. Develop an understanding of how changes in stance affect the skis. In a Christie turn, include a release move at the initiation phase for tactical effect, efficiency, and versatility. Learn how to do a hockey stop. Level 5. Develop skills to enhance parallel skiing. Objectives. Use skating to improve dynamic balance, increase range of motion, and feel the edges. Gain an understanding of upper body and lower body independence and turning the feet and legs simultaneously. Develop simultaneous edge release for parallel turn on blue terrain. Develop tipping and turning skills to control speed using turn shape and tactics on green and groomed blue terrain. Learn to use ski poles effectively and efficiently. Learn to ski a green line in the bumps. Level 5, freestyle. Objective. Learn how to jump using natural terrain features and beginning terrain parks. Level 6, anchoring parallel skiing and learning tactics for bumps and variable conditions on blue terrain. Objectives. Link parallel turns with emphasis on simultaneous movements to release and engage edges and develop rotary skills. Perform carved uphills, arcs to enhance edge engagement and release. Refine tipping movements to become more dynamic. Establish an earlier edge engagement in the turn while developing upper and lower body independence. Ski skidded and carved short turns on appropriate terrain. Explore powder, crud, and cut-up snow conditions. Learn to ski a blue line in the bumps on blue terrain to build confidence in changing conditions and provide access to more terrain. Level 6, freestyle. Objective. Straight line of fun box. Level 4, Mastering Green Terrain. Skiing Assessment. The skiers used a variety of parallel and wedge Christie turns on green slopes. They used turn shape and skidding for speed control. Outcomes. Skiers matched their skis earlier in the fall line using a variety of turn shapes to control speed on green and easier blue slopes. They begin to read terrain to accurately judge speed and steepness. Objective 1. Develop and refine the ability to control skis by turning the feet and legs. Learning terrain, all green slopes. Safety tactics. Focus on turn shape to control speed as terrain changes. Movement priorities. Turn the legs more than the upper body. Use an active inside leg while with turning the axis at the back of the arch, just in front of the heel. Apply smooth, progressive edge release and engagement at the turn finish initiation. Use simultaneous tipping of the feet and turning of both legs. Teaching note. Develop a dialogue with students to understand what they understand about body awareness and movements while skiing. Learning activities. Static box. Bow ties. Simple. Steer the inside skis to match the outside ski. Perform thunders and tail taps to remove the pressure from the new inside ski, allowing it to turn at the same time and rate as the new outside ski. Complex. Ski hourglass and funnel shapes and focus on duration, intensity, rate, and timing. Vary cadence shaped by singing songs or clicking poles to add rhythm. Have students experiment with different turn shapes and different terrains, selecting the best choice for speed and control. Target skiing. Keys to learning. Cognitive. Skiing from the legs is the foundation of great skiing. Use visual, auditory, and kinesthetic cues to help your students understand this fundamental. Effective. Help students feel a heightened sense of rhythm, flow, and freedom. Encourage them to be playful and explore and expand their comfort zones. Physical. Active steering in the legs creates separation between the upper and lower body. This anticipation position directs the upper body towards the new turn, slightly winding up the body and helping start the new turn. Make sure students continue to turn and don't pause or traverse between turns. Objective 2. Develop edge control through edge engagement and release in a traverse. Learning terrain. All green and easier blue slopes. Safety tactics. Direct students to watch for traffic as they cross the slope. Movement priorities. Tip the feet and legs at the same angle simultaneously to engage and release the edges. Teaching note. Explain the importance of the task to students so they can make a connection from cognitive to physical. Learning activities. Static. With skis on, stand across the fall line and roll both ankles and knees into the hill to tip both skis simultaneously. Balance on the outside ski. Simple. Standing across the fall line, release the edges by rolling the knees and ankles slightly downhill to release the edges and begin a slide slip. Slowly engage edges by rolling knees and ankles uphill towards and to stop the side slip. Complex. Traverse with a slight forward side slip, adding tipping from the ankles and legs to leave 2 clean lines of the snow. Repeat in both directions. Keys to learning. Cognitive. Show students how subtle ankles and knee movements help engage the edges and lead to carving. Effective. Skiers gain a sense of security from skis gripping the snow. Physical. Describe reference points for your students to feel as they refine the balancing movements to engage and release their edges. This encourages positive movements in the future while developing the balance and refined movements necessary to engage the edges.